Greetings and welcome to this Nation's Guide, my friends, for Empire Total War Darth Mod. And this is the Minor Nations Guide, a continuation of what I had before, which has been the Pirates and also the Knights of St. John. And today, my friends, we're going to look at the nation, or should I say the Protectorate of Spain, New Spain. Now, New Spain is exclusively situated in South America. So we're looking all the way down here. It has 6 regions under its control, with the main region, the absolute heart here of this sort of protectorate, as it were, a proxy of Spain, with New Mexico. Now, New Mexico is a vast production center, and also it is extraordinarily wealthy. I mean, it has wealth absolutely oozing out of here. We're talking a lot of mines, a lot of gold mines. As you can see here, you start off, you've got a silver mine, Yiga, but don't be fooled, my friends. Do not be fooled by that. You get 1,000 just from the basic silver mine, which is a lot more than you normally see, even with abundant yield ones. And then you've got a gold mine here as well, 1,800 again on the smallest. On the smallest sort of yield you can get, or the smallest mine you can get. You can upgrade these, remember, as your technology increases. You've also got workshops. You've got a port here in Veracruz, which is absolutely, look at that, 1,702 going to Spain and coming back from Spain as well. You've got another minefield here, a silver mine, 1,250 per region. I mean, the wealth here in just New Mexico itself is absolutely staggering. You've got plantations as well. You can either choose between these two. We've got cotton and you've got tobacco. You've got farms. You've got another plantation here. It extends all the way here. You've got another farmland here. And I think there's a possibility of another, yes, there as well. Campeche here probably will turn into a harbour or a port eventually, with given time. So New Mexico really is sort of the beating heart here of the new Spanish sort of, like I say, domain, as it were, because it is. Now, I'm trying to keep it separate here from Spain in terms of looking at it overall, but really you cannot get away from the fact that this is owned and controlled by the sort of big brother, as it were, and that is Spain. But that's not a bad thing, because you do have a lot of support from Spain in this region. You have Spain just across here, the Caribbean Sea in Cuba. They also control Florida, and they also control Santo Domingo here. So again, you've got your sort of, as I would put it, your sort of father, as it were, here, with a sort of an arm around you, as it were, just in case things do get a little bit rough for you. Because remember, you've got the British in this region, very, very powerful in this region, especially with the 13 colonies, which is again a protectorate, a proxy of the British Empire. You have the French here, but the French are usually tied down here quite substantially with the British and their sort of protectorate here, the 13 colonies, and they are sort of on very good terms with you as well. They're at peace. Of course, you're allied with Spain. You're very, very close with Spain here. You do have the Dutch here, which possibly might give you a little bit of a problem if Spain does sort of go to war with the Dutch. The Dutch aren't really haven't got a really powerful force here, but their fleets can pose a problem. Remember, they do have it down here as well, Dutch Guyana, which is an exceptionally rich region. It really is. But you do, Caracas here stretches all the way down here, Andalusia. Yeah. And of course, the biggest problem of all, pirates. Pirates are on your doorstep here, on the very sort of southern tip here of your empire. But let's carry on from where we are in New Mexico. So you have New Mexico here, a real hub here, a real vast sort of infrastructure, a huge mineral wealth. I mean, staggering mineral wealth, which really could fund, well, pretty much a split from Spain, and you wouldn't really feel it, to be honest with you, my friends. You are in effect feeding Spain. You are providing Spain with the vast majority of its money. The vast majority of Spanish wealth comes from its holdings here in New Spain. Be under no illusions that without the sort of southern, South American sort of holdings that Spain had, they would not be the superpower they are. Because back in Europe, as you can see, Spain only holds sort of Madrid here, which is a vast territory. They hold Gibraltar, and they only have a few islands here. But that's not a massive. They've got Brussels, but that's not really the income. They're not going to get much income from this lot. Believe me, their wealth, all of their wealth, comes good majority comes from New Spain. It really does, a huge amount of it. But New Spain can be used and can actually fight and use all of the units that Spain can get, and that means all the elite units, everything. But I'll discuss that in a little bit, my friends. We then come down further south here to Antigua, Guatemala, and again, densely forest area. But again, we've got mines, mega yield mines, already bringing in 1,000 here. You can upgrade here to steam pump 1,200 coming in here. We have the capital Antigua here, Antigua, Guatemala. Again, we have farmland. We do have some more plantations. I think that's a sugar or coffee plantation. And again, then you come down further south to Panama, and we have here plantations. We already have a plantation up and running. A little bit smaller here, Panama. This is sort of the bridge, the sort of narrowest strip here in this sort of mini empire, as it were. Then we come down, my friends, to Bogota here, New Granada. This does have some already a gold mine for 1,200 on the smallest mine. You look at that, 1,400 if you upgrade using basic steam pumps. Huge amount of mineral wealth. Again here, mega gold mine here. Upgrade this, 1,200 already. It is staggering. Again, a silver minefield, high yield, 1,750 coming in from Bogota. Again, you've got farmland as well, and it does stack all the way to the Amazonia here. So you know you're sort of Brazil, the Amazon, the whole kit and caboodle here. You even have a port here, well, another trading port here, 395 going up to here, traveling all the way this way, and then it connects to here, 1,307 here from New Spain to Spain. You've even got a Fort San Lorenzo, which is quite nice to have actually in this region. And again, stretching from here now is vital, absolutely vital, that you get the road system in all of these regions up to full spec as quickly as you can. Really get cobbled roads as quickly as you possibly can. Invest well, because if you invest wisely, if you invest with the roads, you're going to get your money, you're going to get your income from all of these mines and these plantations, these farms flowing around your regions much better, in and out to Spain and back again, because Spain will be a good companion to you. It really will. And look at this, even a gem minefield here, 700, not as high as the minerals, so the gold and the silver, but still, you're not going to turn that down. And then you've got Caracas here, right down here in the south, and this is the jewel here in the south. You had New Mexico up in the north, which is really, really the absolute jewel here. And here is Caracas, New Andalusia. We've got some plantations here. Again, that stretches all with the Amazonia, so the Amazon River is running through this region here. And you've also got a peasant farm here. You've got plantations, small coffee. And again, you can upgrade everything that Spain can get, everything that sort of your bigger brother can get, you can get as well. But it's absolutely vital to remember, my friends, that you are not restricted at all by just having sort of the limited basic line infantry units. You're not restricted at all in any way like that. You can, if you get the right research up and running here, you can actually get some very, very, very nice units indeed. So you are really put not in a position, but the only thing you can do, so remember, your research here is nothing. You don't have any educational buildings at all, not one educational building. So my sort of advice to you, if you wanted education, if you wanted to research your technology, then what you're going to have to do is you have to get rid of the only sort of building that you can get rid of to build a school. Now that is going to be, you're going to have any of these regions here have that, unless you go out and take it, or unless you get rid of this here, the craft workshop. Now if it was me, I'd get rid of the craft workshop. I would strip it right back to right back. I'd get rid of our workshops altogether. And then when you get to the choice of what you want, you build a school. You build a school in New Mexico, because believe me, you've got a more than enough income from all of this mineral wealth to be able to compensate for the loss of this. I know it's 600, but believe me, the research alone is worth quadruple that. It really is. And you also have, I beg your pardon, my friends, Santa Fe here, the very, very tip of the north here. And again, you've got plantations here. And Santa Fe, you know, it needs basic roads. Basically, it needs to get the roads to link it to sort of the well, I would say, the outside world, as it will, because here the roads stop here into the Texas to Pueblo Nations here. Personally, I would be looking at taking out the Pueblo Nations, Texas, and linking all of these together. It'd also give you access here overland to the French colonies here in America. And that's going to bring in a lot of more trade for you, a lot more trade. So that would be definitely something I would do. Build up an army here, strike out, take out these native Indians here, take over their land, and that's going to give you so much. Again, you've got a missionary here, so you're already working here hard and bringing this down. You've also got your rake here. Now your rake I would be sending into this region here, because really your sort of main conquest, I would say, would be here for America. If it was me, I'd be going for America. I would land in Florida, and I would be using these two sort of axes of advance to try and take out North America if possible. And again, you could even try and take out these pirate holdings here, which would definitely be a huge boon to you, believe me, because the pirates will cripple your economy if they get hold of your ports. That's why you need to get up ships up as quickly as possible, build them as fast as possible, take out these pirates, because these pirates will cause absolute misery for you. It really will, and it will put a severe dent in your income. It's 1,696. If these ports are blockaded by the pirates, then this will be pretty much set to zero. That's how sort of dodgy things are for you. But if it was me, the first thing I would do is I would get rid of this workshop, and I would then make that into a school straight away without question, because the school is going to give you access to all of these. And again, we can already start getting the plug bayonets here. We can go down to ring bayonets, but after that we can build this. We can carry on. I would get the educational buildings up, because it's going to increase your technology as well. It's going to increase the rate your technology goes as well. And with all the mineral wealth you've got, as I said before, you don't really need to worry about losing one craft workshop. It really is not going to worry you. So again, you can't click on any of these at all, see? Because you just simply don't have the facilities to be able to research this technology. So get that school up as quickly as possible. Or you could even try and trade some of the technology from Spain. So see what Spain have got here. Let's have a quick look. What technology has Spain got? They've got nothing at all. They've got absolutely nothing whatsoever. So again, you're not going to be getting from your sort of, your father, as it were. You've got to make your own ground here. You've got to make your own way in the world, in this part of the world. And believe me, this part of the world can be brutal in these times. It really can be absolutely vicious. It won't give you any mercy, show you any mercy, it won't even give you any leeway at all. Luckily, you've got the Spanish fleet as well, sort of clustered around here and rooting around here to be able to deal with the pirates. But I wouldn't rely on the Spanish fleet. I would get your own fleet up to be able to deal with the pirates and anything else coming your way, because if Spain goes to war with Britain, Britain will hit you hard. This is what you've got to remember. It's not just what you do, it's what Spain does. Spain it'll have a direct effect upon you. So that's what you have to be careful of. Build up your own resources, and that way then if something happens to Spain, or Spain declares war on somebody, you can fend for yourself. Do not rely on Spain to sort out your problems for you, because it just simply will not work, my friends. Once you get your technology up, then you can see, look at Army Staff College. Just for a quick instance here, look at this. You can get Republican Guards, you can get Guard units, you can get heavy cav, you can get Grenadiers, you can get everything that Spain can get. You get Household Cavalry, all the nice units. Okay, you can't get the sort of Walloon Guards, you can't get all the sort of Marines, the Spanish Marines, but you can get some very nice standard sort of elite infantry units that you find in, say, Britain and the US and things like that. So you're not up there with the absolute superlative troops of Spain, because believe me, Spain has got some of the finest elite infantry in the whole campaign. But you're not far behind, considering you're just a protectorate of Spain. So my advice to you is this. First of all, get the technology, get a school up. That's your first priority. Dismantle a workshop, get a school. Secondly, get some ships. Build a fleet. You've got 8,000. Don't spend all of it on ships, because that is not going to do any good. But you want something to be able to protect your ports, at least leave something either in your port or around your ports to guard them. And thirdly, get your major production centers. So in other words, Mexico, and down here, my friends, in Caracas, up and running to as high as you can, as quickly as you can. And also get these minefields up and running. You've got to spend a bit of money into them, but once you do, they will pay dividends by the bucket load. So remember, a school, ships, minefields, minefields and mineral wealth, and then your major production centers of New Mexico and Caracas. That, my friends, should be the order of the day, really. And then you can start looking to expand and conquer. And my first advice to you would be to take out the pirates. Take the pirates out, because that will keep everybody happy. If you take out the pirates, people will actually be happy with you. The other nations will be pleased that you've done that. But also it'll give you stepping stones into the Caribbean more. You will have then Antigua and San Jose de Aruna. Here, not so much this because you've already got Caracas, but here, this is going to give you quite a nice little stepping stone into the Caribbean here. And that gives you within striking distance of Jamaica and Bahamas and, my friends, latterly up to here. But really, your route into North America is going to come through Texas. And then if you get maybe an alliance, or even if the French are taken out here, because usually the Iroquois will, batter the French into submission, then you can maybe move into here yourself and start taking this over. So you've got a lot of options available to you. And that, my friends, is pretty much that. Remember, keep your trade routes open. Ships, my friends. They are that is what is going to help you out a lot. Keep your ships, keep your ports open, because you don't really have a lot of overland trade unless you manage to get some trade agreements with Spain and with 13 colonies and the Iroquois and the Cherokee. Then you'll be okay, because then you'll have these trade routes piling in here. But even then, the roads here are non-existent. You need to get them. You need to take Texas. I would take Texas out. That way you can link all of these roads together, and it'll link you to the sort of the full-on proper colonies here in the North America. But my friends, that is pretty much the sort of basics of New Spain. Of course, you're going to develop your own strategies, you're going to develop your own tactics, you're going to develop your own ideas of what you should do. But that's what I would do. That is sort of my sort of very, very basic sort of level of what I would start at and what I would definitely look at doing at the very beginning. I know that some of you have been asking for me to carry on the Minor Nations guides. I do apologise for them not being put up more regular, and but unfortunately with work and that, if I was doing this full time, my friends, believe me, if I could do this full time, you would have all of the nations done, and I would just be, the videos you would see would just be, well, I'd be pumping them out all the time, all day, every day. You'd see probably 2 or 3 videos a day, possibly. But unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. So, I'm working as well, and sometimes I've got to work away. So I come back and do this when I can. So if they're not as sort of out there as quickly as you would like, my friends, I do apologise. But I promise you, I will try and get more out a lot more often, a lot more regular for you to see. But anyway, friends, hope you've enjoyed this guide to New Spain. I hope any of you, if you take the challenge of New Spain or have done, please let me know. Let me know in the comments. Write down in the comments. I'd love to see what you've done. Always fantastic to see how you sort of go about what you've done, and it's so great to see different perspective of different commanders. It really is. But anyway, my friends, until next time, I hope you enjoy this. And next time, it'll probably be maybe Louisiana next time, but we'll just see how the time goes. But until next time, my friends, bye for now.